right, so can you introduce yourself, share your name, age, gender, and pronouns?
Sure. So I'm Keygan Miller. I am 36 years old. I am genderqueer, and I use they, them pronouns.
Hello. What brings you joy about being trans? Like, what do you love most about your journey and your identity?
So I think for me, the thing that brings me the most joy is the fact that I have had to figure myself out so much that I know who I am and ain't nothing anyone can say about it, right? And so I think a lot of people, they go on these journeys to figure themselves out and find themselves out, and it takes them this, that, or the other event, something major life circumstance. And for me, my being trans allowed me to do that. And so I've been out for, almost 17 years now, and I feel like every day I get to know a little bit more about myself and how I engage in the world. And that just brings me so much joy, to have that kind of like inner peace to it.
Oh, you make me happy. So now we're going to talk about some navigating challenges. In today's political climate, where trans identities are often under attack, what has been your biggest challenge? Like, how are you taking care of your mental health and your well-being?
So for me, I work in the movement. I work in LGBTQ youth mental health and suicide prevention. And so that work has gotten a lot harder, right? We have more young people who are coming out earlier, which is amazing, but they're struggling deeply with a lot of the political climate right now. And so for me, as the adult who's the support in that space, right, I see these kids and I'm heartbroken by it. And it's, I reflect on the experiences that I've had, and I know what they're going through, and to be doing that while going through development and all that stuff, it just breaks my heart. And so while we've made lots of advancements and things in certain spaces, I'm sad that, with almost 2 decades under my belt of doing this work, that we haven't gotten further where these kids feel supported and feel, the love around them. And so that's just, again, heartbreaking to me. And then to keep, myself sane amongst all of that is, I think, a challenge as well, because, these things that I'm fighting for, I'm not just fighting for someone else, I'm fighting for myself and my own rights and my own ability to just live in the world. And I think that's the biggest thing. It's like, it's not even like I'm asking for extra things. I don't want to live a life of luxury, right? I just want to live a peaceful life where I'm, comfortable and have my daily needs met. And the fact that there's a threat to that is really wearing. And so I guess how I've been dealing with that, I'm trying to find the small things that I can control. So looking at, how do I support someone else navigating through some of the paperwork that we have to deal with as trans people. That's stuff that I'm really good at. So if I can help one person, that feels powerful, and that gives me that little sense of connection and that sense of belonging, and feels like I can do something, right? And so it's like trying to find those small things. It's, baking cookies and delivering them randomly to someone because it's going to bring them joy, right? Like it's those small things that I know I'm good at, that I can do, that makes me feel like I have a little bit more control when the rest of the world feels so out of control.
Oh, y'all make me get some choked up so dang much. Now, this is going to be advice for solidarity, right? Mm-hmm. So what advice can you share to help our community stay united and strong in solidarity over the next 4 years?
So 4 years is a lot, right? It's like 1,600 days or something like that. I don't know. I had a countdown at one point. But it's, we have to take it bite by bite. And it's easy to get overwhelmed if we look at all the things. But I think I saw one of the best pieces of advice, and this is now what I'm giving everyone else, is like, find the one thing that you care about and that you can do, and focus on that thing. And for each person, it's going to be different, right? My skills are not the same as your skills, or not the same as the next person's skills. And so some of us are fighters and protesters and ralliers. I am not that person. Some of us are the healers, the people who can comfort and bring comfort and healing to others. Some people are the people who will bring art and beauty and joy to the space. And so we each kind of find our own thing. I was joking with a friend recently that I didn't know the revolution was going to include spreadsheets. And it does. It absolutely does. We need people who can do spreadsheets and organize and collect people together and you know, whatnot. So there's a role for everyone. And so it's really about finding what your role is and focusing on that. And, you know, if we can all do that, then we'll get through this next 4 years together.
And then, now this is not anywhere on that little spreadsheet thing. Spreadsheet, wow. Is there any other advice or anything that you just want to say to people, like, you know, either uplifting or just like any type of note you want to finish out with?
So I think for me, having been out as a trans person for so long, I've seen our rights ebb and flow. I've seen our community shift and change over the years. I've seen, you know, us in spaces of more support or less support. Like it's all fluid. It all moves. And right now is a really tough spot. And I know that, but I know that it won't stay like this forever. And so we just have to push through that. And I think, you know, with the work that I do specifically with suicide prevention is that idea of hope. And we have to hold on to that. It really, you know, again, it might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be for the next 4 years. But we will get to a better place and where our community is able to thrive, not just survive. But in the meantime, survival is the key.
Hell yeah. And look, let me tell you, I can't thank you enough for one, doing the work that you do, two, being so well spoken about this, and three, just giving the time of day, especially during these times.
Absolutely.
So, you're the best. Now, it's okay. Oops. Get that out.